Alright you guys, today I had a red day, a big red day, because I forgot to set a stop, and also for trying to assume the market was just gonna keep going straight to my target, which mostly does do that. But what happened was that I entered on the 1 minute, and I usually just check the 5-15 minute. I was just trying to scalp it, just trying to do a quick trade, because in the morning the whole SPY was choppy. And I'm going to go over the levels, how I got them, and why I lost, and why I entered, so you guys could not get the same mistake I did. At the end of the day, I just walked off the computer and ended up hitting my target. And I'll show you how this works. So this is SPY today, right? All I'm gonna do is just replay back to pre-market. All right, pre-market. Go to the 4 hour. I love using the 4 hour for levels, as you can clearly see on the 4 hour. Right, I'm gonna zoom in. Around the 4 hour, levels just bouncing off, back and forth, right, up and down, up and down. You can see how it's chopping. It's holding this level. This is where it bounced off, right? Bounced off from here, created a high, and then from there on we have another level right exactly there. Correct. So this, I could create that as a supply. I have a video how to create this also, but let's just go over this. I'm gonna show you how I have it. I have big levels like this, right? And at the bottom, this will be another big level. And also from there on, just by looking at the 4 hour, you can straight out see already, okay, price action has been staying here for a while, right? Back in the day also too, look, you can tell here how it's just bouncing off, correct? So the market has been choppy from 418 to 404. So what I was doing here is that I got my level right off the 4 hours. I get my levels off the 4 hours. I get the peak right there, right? Then one more here. I start splitting it up in halves just by using the 4 hours. Look at that. I get the pressure. I have a bunch of videos on this, so I'm just gonna chart it. I have it here. Right by looking at this section, this is where it stops, drops the stock, comes back here. So this one, you can have it either as a key level, because this is where the big demand's at, right around there. You don't want it to fall below here, because what happens when it falls below, you see that this white line just drops. So what I have for a safer area, it's just the green demand. That's where buyers are coming in. These are where sellers are coming out. So I can put on, needs to do this also, right? Make it look more easier, and I know what's happening right now in the stock. And these levels are just for taking trims, okay? Big level on the 4 hour. So what I did first was like, okay, you know what? I went to the 15 minute. You see how everything is going nice and smooth. So I saw the drop. I was like, okay, you know what? Let's see at the open. The market's dropping pre-market, after hours. It might drop and bounce around that 408 level again, or come straight down to 406. Pre-market basically is telling you what's going to happen during the day, sometimes depending on the drop. But so far this drop wasn't that aggressive. So I was expecting some puts, right? Puts at least coming back down to 406.82. And so I turn on my indicators, super basic indicators, the ones that I use, that I like. It's just the 9 and 21 cloud, and the EMA 200 EMA. Okay, so this is the morning, right? The morning happened. You can see how it's rejecting that level. Right at the open, you could have gotten a quick scalp if you check the 1 minute. Quick, easy scalp. You see that? Quick, easy scalp. Reject it right off here, right below off of it. Also, and rejected that 411.27. Quick scalp for a $2 drop right in the 1 minute. Okay, but the thing was that I kept staying on the 1 minute. So I was like, you know what? Let's see what happens. It might just come back down to 408.34. I called out a quick put at the second retouch. This was too fast, so you can see right there exactly rejecting the EMA. Right, reject it, shooting star here, double shooting star, back to a drop, held where buyers were coming in. Okay, so I set my stop loss usually above the candle, so it was a short position, right? I had my contracts like this. So far, this is my entry there, and I set a stop, left some runners, and this would have been my exit right above this candle. Right, so let's see what happens. Right, got stopped out, came back up. So all I know, if it comes back inside that 411.27, we could go back and get a two. You can actually buy the bottom here. Look, you could also see here a nice double bottom. See that support came in, double bottom also, so I could just show you what I'm looking at and what to see on the smaller time frame. Right there, double bottom W, you got the little W, back to a retouch, same thing as a textbook. Right, look at that, super simple. I didn't catch that one because obviously I was expecting that 408 from here probably bounce. So alright, came back up. I stayed on the 1 minute and I kept looking at the, I use multi-time frame analysis, right, which is MTF. I go back, I saw the 5 minute, I was like, alright, cool, you know what, the 5 minute is looking like it wants to break now. Buyers are setting up. It has not gone any lower. If it would have wanted to go lower, it would have dumped already, and it's not doing that. And this is a bearish engulfing candle, so it's like, what the hell is going on, right? So I kept looking at this, didn't take any trades yet. I was a little iffy about it. And right here, this entry I had missed out. Okay, so it did break out. I wanted to retouch so it could give me a better form, right? Like that, back to at least 414, 413 area, close to it, not to the dot. But I was expecting a hammer or something to happen here, so I went in a little late. My entry, I'm gonna tell you exactly where my entry was. This would have been the best perfect entry right here. Bull flag being created, super nice entry. You can see it on the 1 minute also. You see that it held, came back up. That would have been the best entry right here, right at this candle, right at hammer. I always talk about the hammer that I like. Hammer above all EMAs this time, right above that 411.27. We could hit back all the way to 414, right? My next target. So what happened was that I got in, I'll tell you where, right around here. So what I saw is that there was buyers, this candle, sellers, buyers. Okay, this green candle came in, nice. We could still get the push up. From there on out, we could get this move, right? Go up, just start doing like this, escalate, go up slowly, and then just drop or retrace and then go back up, right? So I was expecting this level. There's another level I was looking at, 413.70. So I had a white line there, and I had called it out in the Discord, and I called out the entry here, and I said stop loss. I ended up setting a stop loss on the small account but not on the big account. So what I did was that my entry was already here, right, at this candle closure. And I left it. I literally left it. Like, you know what? My stop loss hits. I left it. My stop loss was right here. Literally this close. I don't keep it too big. So below this candle, I'm out of here. But if not, I'm going to leave it there. So it was almost a 50-50, right? And the thing was that I was playing next to expiration. So it's really crazy. So whatever. I left it, right? Being a dumbass. I left it. And then look what happens. Hit my stop. Right at that level. Right here. Literally. I had it below that level. Stopped it out. Something like this. And there's my stop. I lost my money there. It was a big loss because I forgot to set my stop loss just because I was reckless, didn't care, and there you go. So now from here on out, I just got out the computer, and the only thing I had to do is just either wait, right? I could just wait to hold that 411.27 and find that buyers came in. Buyers came in again. Basically, it's just a retouch, right? Broke out, came back up, and then we could swing again, right? Look at that. Higher low, HL, higher low, and then we create a higher high. You can straight out see it right here. So I would have just waited, but since I was already like off of it, you know, like, man, like, you know, it ruins your day when you lose. It's like, I'm gonna just expect like nothing, like fuck, like, you know, I'm out of this. So this is what you expect. If it's holds here with a nice buyer setup, obviously with the wicks showing that it's going up, candles, anything pattern to come in and do this, then it would have been nice, right? Same retracement. So let's see. I was off of the computer. You can see that it dropped, but you needed to hold. The thing you need to hold, it did drop here, but your confirmation will be the second candle. Second candle gave you a green one, green, came back inside. So my entry for here actually would have been right back inside that 411. That means that they're holding that 411, and the price action, which has been like this, right below this level. And you can see what happened. Look at that. What do you get? Entry going heavier. You see that hammer right off the EMAs also, just gliding all up. Look, see that? Look what it ended up doing. So it just went higher. So for not paying attention, for actually moving away from the computer, that was better setup, way better setup. Look at SPY now at 414. It broke out of the range on pre-market, and yeah, you just wanted to break that 414 level to go back to 417, 418, and probably just redo the same thing that it's been doing for the past time. See that? Just go up and then just drop again, you know. So yeah, that's my explanation of my loss. And Apple, just to show you how I won on Apple, let's go to Apple here. I was looking at this on the bigger time frame, right? Bigger time frame, 4 hour Apple, bull flag setting up, retouch right here, back to this level. Came to the 15 minute. On Apple, I had entered right at this doji. I saw this doji bull, right? It was bullish. Came back down to retouch. Use multi time frame analysis, like I told you guys. So yeah, I just got in here. Stop loss, my target was all the way back to 154. That was it. I got in lightly. I saw this drop, but I still held because it was like, okay, it still is going good, right? SPY was still moving up a little bit, and that's when I had entered SPY right around this time also. So I entered SPY, and this is when SPY came down with it, right? So I saw Apple, like, okay, it's gonna break. Trimmed here. This was my first trim on Apple. First trim right there. My other trim was right around here again, like around my stop loss, and it just kept going. Came back to retouch also. Look at this hammer back to the EMA. You could have just waited, either you buy this or just wait to see if it comes back inside this range 154 to 63. You have a way better chance of going more heavier and having your stop loss right below it. You see that? So I like getting into ranges when they break inside to retouch. You have a way better chance and a higher probability of getting in, just like right here, right? See the push up? This sucks because whoever got in here just went straight down in one candle. You see 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. It took 20 minutes to get up here, and it dropped it up in 5 minutes. Came back to retouch, showed you confirmation. 15 minute also, just to show you how I use it. And there you go. This even goes your hammer here. Hammer right inside this closure, and now we're back up on Apple here at 155. You guys could use some levels below 154.63. You could flush, use your either EMAs or just use itself a trend line that is going up. You see that? Breaks down. We flush below here. What you expect better is either retouch to come back down, and you're a go. That's your play. Alright, you guys. That's my loss, and see you guys later.